Happy Christmas Eve. We ready? You got everything ready for the crazy? Mine's gonna be quiet this year. Just me and my neighbors. I actually cooked last night, but got just a few things I want to come on, and I got something I want to read to you that I call freedom. And it's what I learned this year for myself. What true freedom looks like. Do you know what true freedom looks like? I know what true freedom looks like. And I found it. And I finally have, done it without feeling guilt, without feeling caught up in something. Just truly for me. 2024 was a very big karmic, dharmic year. And for those of you who've really been working on yourself, you're really coming into yourself now. And that's the beauty of it. So, a few things that I heard. 2025 is the year of justice. So some of you might even start seeing some things now as we go in. You have helped to cross the seas of the unknown. You're on the threshold of change, new currents. Willing to give up things that no longer work for us so that we can travel in light. Win through actions, not words. The belief in self. As within, so without. As above, so below. You can see right through people, especially those who are angry with you. You may not be liked, but you will be respected. Oh, you had to check into your shadow self to find your true self. And that is so very true for me. So, a little something that I had pulled a while ago. And it may trigger some of you, but it may also help some of you. So I'm going to read it. I call it freedom. You learn a type of strength that isn't easily shaken, a self-reliance that no one can take away from you. When you've had to pick yourself up, wipe your own tears, and keep moving forward, you begin to see the world and the people in it through a different lens. It's not that you become cold or indifferent, but you stop seeking validation from others. You stop needing people to fill a void because you've already learned how to fill it yourself. You've faced your own fears, your own heartbreaks, and your own struggles, and you've come out on the other side stronger. After that, your tolerance for people who don't add value to your life diminishes. You no longer have the energy or desire to entertain those who bring nothing but drama or negativity into your space. When you've survived your worst times alone, your priorities shift. You start choosing peace over chaos, solitude over superficial connections. You become comfortable in your own company because you've already proven that you can handle whatever life throws at you. You no longer feel the need to chase after people, to beg for their attention, or to bend over backwards just to keep someone in your life. You've seen what it's like to walk through fire on your own, and because of that, you realize you don't need anyone to complete you. This isn't about becoming isolated or pushing people away. It's about recognizing your own worth and understanding that you don't have to settle for half-hearted relationships. You've already been to the bottom. And the people who couldn't or wouldn't stand by you during those times are no longer essential. You learn to value the quality of your relationships over the quantity of them. Those who stick by you, who truly see you, are the ones who matter. The rest, well, they can come and go as they please. You're no longer dependent on anyone else for your sense of wholeness. Let's say that one again. You're no longer dependent on anyone else for your sense of wholeness. You develop a deep sense of freedom. The fear of being alone, the anxiety of losing people fades away. You've already faced your worst fear, and you survived it. Now, you approach life with a sense of independence that is liberating. You stop clinging to toxic relationships or friendships out of fear. You know your own strength, and you know that, in the end, you will be okay, no matter what. Ultimately, going through your darkest times alone doesn't make you harder or colder. It makes you wiser. It makes you wiser. It helps you set boundaries to protect your energy and to surround yourself only with those who genuinely care for you. You become more selective with your time and your heart, not because you're bitter, but because you've learned that peace is priceless. Once you found that peace within yourself, you realize that not everyone deserves access to it. You've walked through your own storm, and now you know that you will always have your own back, and that's more than enough. One card I picked. Eagle Spirit. Spirit has your back. So once you realize how protected you truly are by your spirit team, basically, and it takes time to learn who and what and why and all that, but diving deep, and it's hard to do, especially when you live in families and or relationships that things aren't going to change, and they just stay in the pity party because they don't know any different, because we as a whole have been so trained on how to, this is the way it is and it's not going to get any better. Well, I have never believed that. I may at times have gone along with the way things were and how things were supposed to be and blah, blah, blah. But I always had that nagging, this isn't all life is. There's got to be more. There's got to be more to this than just this. Because I could feel it in my body, just like wanting to come out. And it's in the freedom to be able to just be yourself, and to people accept you with your uniqueness, your weirdness, your whatever it is that you have that nobody else has. But that's the beautiful part of it. We all have a unique talent, a unique something that nobody else has. And once you start to learn that it's been so hidden from us, it's been so taken away from us to control us, because there's, a 1% within this world that just think that they have all the power. And it's not true. What happens when, and I will use taxes as an example, when everybody stops paying them? Oh, well, they'll put us in jail. Fuck that. They're going to come for us little peons? They're not. Quit paying them. See what happens. What, they're going to penalize you and then make you pay more? Just don't pay them. There's so much that's going to come to light. We have let them control so much in our world that we haven't thought for ourselves. And we thought that they were doing right by us. And I can say that in my entire life. My government, my relationships, my family. They didn't have my best interests at heart. I had to have my best interests at heart and then set my boundaries. I have failed in so many ways, with so many things, with so many people. But in the end, it hasn't changed my heart. And if that, that one, yeah. If that is what my job was, to be able to come out on the other side of it and still have a good heart, I'd do it again. Because I know who I am, and I know what I bring to the table. And I've said it before, I would never do to them what they did to me. So, are you ready to take your freedom? It's pretty awesome when you do. Set your boundaries. You may lose people, but you know what? Then they weren't your people. And if your kids don't understand, well, I look at it this way. If you've raised them, even if you didn't have them the majority of the time, but you had some good years in there with them, they're still, and especially you mamas, they came from you. That connection's never going to go away. And some of us have had to wish them well and hope you see them again someday. And that's okay too. You just were meant to mold them. And then it was your turn to go live your life. So look for the wins. Look for the freedom. Look for the things that brought you joy. Because that's when you really start to win. I love you all so much. Have a beautiful Christmas. And I wish you nothing but happiness and love. I'll see you soon.